All right, failed to post a tweet. Whatever. We're back. Ladies and gentlemen, hopefully it resolved itself here. But yeah, anyway, let's talk about this game real quick instead of the frame rate. Alex, as Cody takes field for the first time, obviously, he's had a super, super efficient season just in general, done a really solid job all throughout the season. Has not lost a game, I believe, since week 8 against you. I think he's undefeated since then with one tie thrown in there that I'm sure Dan's thrilled about. What are your just general expectations for this one? Like, where do you think this game's headed?
I don't know. It kind of depends on where Cody's head is at, because it seems like he hates this fucking game and really doesn't care. But as you can see from his face cam, it seems like he's locked in. I think he just is so over the regular season, but when it comes to playoff time, like, he'll become normal Cody and he'll lock in and just play his game. So it kind of depends. Like, if he comes unraveled really early, if he gets dicked over, I think it could end up going Lucky's way. But I hope Cody can stay in this, keep his head in the game.
Quick anger on a big hit there on Brown, but is able to hold on to it. Already going to the 7-yard line here. Obviously, Tua Tagovailoa, one of the more efficient quarterbacks this season, I believe. Didn't get that Pro Bowl berth, which you hate to see, but still a very, very solid start. And then, of course, it's a bit of a two-headed monster situation here. You have the threat of K-Makers as well as we have an RPO, and it looks like that's going to be an easy walk-in touchdown for Cody to start things out. So we'll talk more about this offense next drive, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for kind of the weird start here as we figured out the frame rate issues, but as Lucky is about to take the field here, obviously, I think I think Lucky is one of the absolute best runners in this league, full stop. When he's able to get Saquon Barkley going, it really is a sight to behold. The problem is sometimes he can throw himself out of games. What do you think the keys are for Lucky here offensively, especially with you being his division mate, knowing him so well?
Just pound the rock and don't get too aggressive. Like you said, like, he's a very efficient runner, but it seems like every time we play, he just makes a few really stupid reads and throws like easy interceptions. So if he can just like take his head out of his ass and not throw it to the defense, like, I easily could see him competing with anyone in this league.
100%. And then I think for Cody, he's got, I believe, one of the 5 best run defenses in this league statistically, and we'll see. It's gonna have to show up in a big way because Saquon, when he gets going, it's really dangerous. Strong power here to start things out. Saquon Barkley already hits the hole. Barkley tries to juke inside, able to fall forward for about a gain of 5 there. I think for Lucky's perspective, he really can only afford 1 turnover this game. I think if he has multiple turnovers, like, might as well just kiss his chances goodbye at that point, because I think Lucky's gonna be pretty efficient here. As we already have play action as he ends up having that one open. It is wide open there. I think that's John Ross, former Cincinnati Bengal. Sure, Cody loves him. With a gain of 17 and a first down. A nice, easy read there for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, see, that's what you got to do. Just easy reads. Like, just pray your receivers get wide open. Because, like, he's not even a bad passer. It just seems like randomly he turns into Taint through the air, and he'll just throw some really dumb throws. But, like you said, like, just run the ball.
One interception often begets another as we have a juke into the open field, and that is, again, Saquon Barkley does have that evasive, ladies and gentlemen. You get him in the open field, much like Christian McCaffrey, much like some other running backs in this league. It's dangerous, it can be quite a dangerous thing, and Lucky's definitely got the stick skills to match, so we'll see what he's able to do. But it's gonna have to be, sometimes it feels like it's a flip of the coin whether the O-line has like a good blocking day in the running game or not. He's gonna need good blocking in this game, and it seems like that's what he's got so far. As we have kind of a tight trips formation here to the left, 2nd and inches here, maybe setting up for okay, going play action on 2nd and inches. That's interesting. Don't force it there! Oh, my goodness. There is one of the reads we were talking about. Very lucky that was not our first pick of the game.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. I mean, he maybe had a chance if he, like, lowballed it a little earlier, but that was not an open throw at all. And I hate that play call because it's so easy to get sacked. He got lucky by that. Not going down either.
Yeah, only a 3-man rush there on the cover 4 drop. Yeah, lucky that wasn't a pick. And 3rd and inches, you better fucking run this ball, I swear to God. As we have a very stacked box here, although it may not matter. He's going to end up taking it up the middle. Saquon Barkley able to fall forward. I think they're going to give it to him. They just do. 1st and 10. Gets the inches he needed.
Yeah, just barely gets it, but thank God, like, he just went with his gut and ran the fucking ball.
Yeah, and let me ask you real quick, not to disrespect this game, obviously, but which of the wild card games are you most interested in? Which one do you think is the most toss-uppy game? I'll call this play while you think about that as we play action here. How's the drag wide open? Oh my goodness! Nearly intercepted again, and that. The last lucky game I mentioned or the last lucky game I calmed and that's one of the situations where, like, yes, it was open, but you just threw it like a second too late, and the defender was almost able to jump it. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that was tough. But for like the most toss-uppy, I think the Bears Alex versus Morty is going to be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
This is obviously a good one. I'm really excited to see Cook and Steele. Honestly, like I'm kind of pumped for everything. The only game that I think is going to be nothing is your game. I think you're going to get blown out pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the rest of them are pretty interesting. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I don't think there's one game here where I can clearly pick a winner. Like, there's obviously favorites. Like, I think Cody's the favorite for this easily, but like I could easily see Lucky pulling something off. So I think this is a really good wildcard round, honestly.
The game I'm most interested in is Justin versus CMS for obvious reasons. Whoever loses that game is going to be just down catastrophic, and I'm excited to see that. 3rd and 2 here, 4-man rush. He will drop back, has the corner open, instead goes to a quick jump off to Engram, and Engram actually able to stand up and get an extra couple yards there. If I'm Cody, this has been kind of a tough drive because Lucky probably should have thrown 2 picks at this point. He keeps getting these third downs. Got to keep your head in the game here if you're Cody, because could get tilted here.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a bad thing. Like, I think he gets triggered in the regular season because it really is just the regular season, so he's kind of venting.
Mm-hmm.
But it's tough. Like once you get to the playoffs, it's kind of hard to switch your mentality. So I do hope he can stay locked in and not get frustrated.
Saquon Barkley with the solid games so far. 5 rushes, 29 yards. I also want to hear in the chat, which playoff games are y'all most excited to watch? Obviously, you've got, this is a really good one. I will mention, in terms of pure matchups, this... even though on paper, Cody seems like the pretty clear definitive favorite, they are 1-1 against each other this cycle, and Cody's win this season was on a last-second field goal. So, if you believe in matchups here, Saquon Barkley with some nice spins and able to shut off a tackle. Saquon Barkley, again, having a really nice game. But if y'all believe in, matchups being just the prevalent factor in these games, maybe Lucky stands more of a chance than we think here. We'll see, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I really am impressed with, like, the wild card round. I'm really excited for all these games. I can't wait, and I hope we can join each other to commentate a few other ones.
Oh my God, that's so nice of you. I hope so too. 1st and 10, already near the end of the first quarter here. 3-man rush. He will drop back briefly with the route open. Instead, goes to the drag. Good safe read there. I was a little worried he was going to force that to the corner because it looks like he had a step initially. It would have been a tough read. Instead, takes the easy 4 yards there, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, maybe if that was his big boy, Terry, or whatever, he might have been able to get up and get that ball, but definitely not John Ross. So good read by Lucky.
No, certainly not here. 2nd and 6. Again, kind of a stacked box here as he will do an inside zone. The blocking again is a Mako. Saquon Barkley, one man to beat, unable to, but he will take it all the way to the 3-yard line. And, despite, maybe Lucky should have thrown 2 picks, but other than that, this has been a solid drive by Lucky, taking a lot of time off the clock as well.
Yeah, other than the fact that he's gotten bailed out a few times.
Other than the multiple, massive bailouts. Yeah, he's
solid job, yeah.
1st and goal. 25 seconds left. He will drop back. A little worried here. Had the curl wide open, didn't go to it. Instead, Daniel Jones going to take off. And, he had a read open, but I'm okay with the end result there, throwing that away.
Yeah, I think that's just great using by Cody. Like, everything kind of looked kind of open, but that middle of the field there, like, if you picked the wrong one, Cody was picking that easy. So I don't hate that.
Yeah, Cody, one of the absolute best defensive users in this league, bar none. 2nd and goal here. He will do a power out here. Beautiful blocking and a walk-in touchdown, Giants.
Too easy. And I think Cody's pissed because he doesn't have goal line stuff, I believe. Could be wrong. I don't know if he re-rolled Sebastian Joseph Day, but didn't really seem to do anything that play.
Nah, sure didn't. And I will say, Saquon's able to get past this first level pretty consistently. He's much like Saquon's shown up so far, the Giants O-line also showing up, and we'll see if that continues to be a factor throughout this game here. 7-7, already near the end of the first quarter. We've barely seen Cody's offense, first off because I was struggling trying to get the stream working, and second because it was just a quick drive he had. But real quick, talking about, like, just strategy-wise here, obviously, you've played Lucky more than pretty much anyone else in this league. What do you think Cody's, like, general offensive approach should be here this game?
I mean, just don't force anything. It's kind of like the same game plan for both of them. It feels like, I don't know how Lucky's defense really works, because not to, like, talk shit, but it feels like I can score pretty easily, and that could just be Lamar. But it's kind of like, if he doesn't get his turnovers, it seems like you can control the ball really well. So just make the smart read, don't turn the ball over, and I think Cody has this one. It's just sometimes Lucky aggressively commits to certain things, and if he catches you in a concept that he knows is coming, it could go bad.
Yeah, I mean, again, they have seen each other multiple times. Maybe at this point these two users have a bit of a beat on what the other likes to do offensively. Maybe that'll play a factor. But yeah, we'll just see. I just it'll be interesting to see how much of that kind of strategy comes in here. 4-man rush. He will drop back. Good usering by Lucky. Nothing really open. Tua will end up taking off, and he may get the first down. Slid a bit early, although I do think they'll give him credit for the first, and they do. But good usering by Lucky there. But that's the speed of Tua, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's tough. It is so demoralizing when you clamp the offense and they just scramble.
Yeah, I'm sure your opponents know that. I'm sure your opponents know that very well. First and 10 here. We have a power O out of gun. Cam Akers with a juke. This Giants D-line is swarming so far. 3 rushes, 0 yards. It really does seem like, if you do believe in the, O-line performance being a bit of a toss-up game to game, it really does seem like the Giants got the better end of it here.
Yeah, and I think Cody can tell you that seems to be a common theme. Seems like everyone gets good blocking and he doesn't. 100%. Constantly kind of get screwed with it.
He will drop back again immediately. Jump off here. Bishop with a spin. Oh my goodness! And then just shoves Reed off of him. Bishop showing a little bit of heart and then getting picked up by his own coach. And you'll love to see that there. A little synchronicity on the sideline. That is the big feature that Madden added this Madden 22 is that animation right there. Thank you.
Hey, it's nice to see real players on the sideline.
For sure.
Even if you're in practice mode and you can see 2 of the same guy, that's cool.
First and 10 here. He will drop back again. 6-man rush, excuse me. Yeah, someone's going to get open there eventually. Brown with beautiful blocking. Only 1 man left to beat it. He will not, but that is a massive gain here. And Tua, 6 completions for 135 so far. Just feels like chunk play after chunk play here through the air for these LA Rams.
Yeah, see, Cody's just putting together a really nice drive. And that's, like I said, you just kind of got to make the easy reads. And don't fall into, Lucky's usering, if you want to say, because he is a very talented user on defense.
Yeah,
I think he's underrated.
Yeah, and I don't hate sending heat, but you got to disguise it and you got to pray it comes through. It did not come through there. This is a power O. Cam Akers once again just nothing doing. There was really not a hole to run through there, and yeah, it may need to be like an air show here for Tua. It may need to be kind of an air raid situation because running game is not showing up so far.
Yeah, that's the thing with Lucky's D-line. It seems very inconsistent. He has high overalls across it, but some games he just clamps people, and some games they play a bunch of Justins.
We have another inside zone. This time he gets through, wiggles in. Touchdown, Rams.
Beautiful drive by Cody. Just perfect. And I think this could be a very high-scoring game if this type of offense continues.
Yeah, if they score a touchdown every drive, I agree. It could be high-scoring here. 14-7, 5:20 remaining here, and yeah, I mean, if you're lucky, you gotta remember the fact that you're getting the ball first to start the second half. So even though, yes, you're behind on the scoreboard, with this possession and then an added possession in the second half, you're fine. You're in a fine position. Just gotta keep driving, keep moving, and feed the beast, feed Saquon. That's really all it is.
Yes, if you can just control the clock a little bit and score right before halftime, he's pretty good. Excuse me. If he can control the clock and score right before halftime, then you'd be in a really good position. I think that's a really underrated part of Madden that not a lot of people think about.
100%. Yeah, first and 10 here. Again, 5:20 remaining in the second quarter. He will once again hand it off. This time a block shed comes through. Joseph Day with a massive play there to get the block shed. Force Lucky again into a passing situation, which is where if you're a Giants fan, you can tighten up a little bit because, with Cody, you feel safe with him picking up these second, third, and long conversions. With Lucky, it depends game by game. I'm not saying he can't do it. I'm saying it depends, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll have to see. Second 11 here once again. He will once again go play action. Not really sure who you're fooling as he has the nice comeback route. It goes to his big boy Terry over there, able to get it all the way to the 46, and that is a concept that Lucky loves to use. Don't expect that to be the last time he goes to that.
That face mask is fucking disgusting. I still have flashbacks to Trent Richardson wearing that. And I just think it looks awful. He needs to change that. I can't do it. And what's the point of turf tape if you're only wearing it on one arm?
Well, these are questions you can ask him if we go to the post-game interview here. Keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. As once again, we have more play action. I don't see anyone open. Daniel Jones going to take a sack, and that is bad there. I was a little surprised he wasn't just rolling out along with the play. You take the deep shot on first, or you try to take the deep shot on first and 10. Wasn't open, and now you will have second and a mile here.
Yeah, again, a little case I have. He had the crosser coming open. He might have even had Saquon on the backside on the little curl route, but that's tough. I don't know what he was doing on that one.
Second and a country mile here, and now you can pretty clearly take the running game out of it again. 4-man rush. He will drop back, goes up the middle, really nice read. Terry gets decleated, but able to hang on to it, and that's a good play there on second and long, make it third and manageable here.
10 out of 10. That was a nice little hot dot.
Yes.
I haven't seen much of that out of Lucky, so I'm impressed.
No. Yes. 100% agreed. And let me know in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, are there any more games scheduled for tonight? Because if so, I'll do the doubleheader. I'll 100% do the doubleheader here. I doubt there are, though. I can't think of one that would be. 3rd and 7 here again, approaching 3 minutes remaining in the second quarter. We have kind of a tight formation here out of this Lucky-led team. You could run it here. Instead, he does not. He will drop back. Doesn't have a ton open. Goes to the corner route. Oh, my goodness. Big body Terry there with a succulent catch there and able to get the feet down, too. Size does matter this Madden, and that's unfortunate for some of us less endowed users. But it does matter here, and that's a big game there for Terry.
Yeah, sadly, size does matter. That's something I kind of struggle with. But,
you and me both, brother. You and me both.
Size definitely plays a big part this Madden. You can get some glitchy animations like you just saw.
We have a run here, and that's a really nice juke. Again, Saquon, other than that one block shed that Joseph Day got, the run game is working pretty consistently here. And, you have to say, Lucky's shown up so far. We'll see if it continues, but Lucky has 100% shown up. The problem is, Cody's just making it look so easy on offense. He's just very locked into what he wants to do right now. So Lucky's going to need to figure that out. 2nd and 2, we have a motion concept here. Okay, that's pistol open flex code. So we have a counter out of that. And, yeah, I have that formation on my playbook too, but the counter in it is kind of trash. You have to go to the dive there. The counter the blocking doesn't set up the way you want it to there.
Yeah, it was kind of like he had to cut back a little bit, just the way it all lined up, but you kind of can't because it slows it down. Tough play there. I don't know about that one. I think I take that one at the playbook.
Dan's saying size is overrated. Well, you're Danny Bigcock, Dan. You can say that. Come on,
yeah,
now.
Right. 3. If you're hung like a horse, you're allowed to say that.
Exactly. 3rd and 3 here. We have once again hit the 2-minute warning, ladies and gentlemen. Big play here. Again, 3-man rush. You got time. He will drop back. Goes to dump off immediately. Ingram able to get the first down and fall forward. Cody maybe a little bit slow with his user there because there was no one else in his vicinity. 1st and 10 once again. And the Giants doing a good job taking a lot of time off the clock too. This is the drive you want here if you're a Giants fan.
Completely perfect right now. You just cannot score too quickly. I mean, I don't think falling down is necessarily smart against a top tier user like this.
Saquon
if you have a touchdown, take it. But sorry, continue.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I was just calling the play there, 2nd and 5. But yeah, it's a bouncing act of you want to score no matter what. Obviously, if you have an open lane, take it. But yeah, you want to make sure you're like right now. I'd be hiking the ball with 1 second left since LA's not calling timeout.
Yeah, is it illegal to chew clock? If you're trying to like this?
Truly chew clock? I don't really know. As Dragar wide open ends up going to it. This is Phil Dorsett. Oh my goodness, I thought he was going to juke both men there. Now if I'm LA, I'm going to start calling timeout. He's not though. This is there he does. I was about to say.
Yeah, this is a great drive by Lucky. Exactly what he needed to do with both players just scoring touchdowns at will.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm Cody, it sounds counterintuitive, but I'm taking away the dump offs first, and I'm forcing, not just here, but just in general, I'm forcing Lucky to look deep. Because if you get him into the mindset, whereas you have a read option here, Saquon gets decleated, and Cody lets out a primal roar there almost. I wish we could hear him, but I'd take away the dump offs, and if Lucky gets a couple deep shots on you, that's okay, but get him in the mindset where he's looking deep first, and then you probably will get a pick or two. Don't just let him dump it off all day on you.
Yeah, for sure. And I honestly, if I'm Cody, I almost let him score just because not let him score, but like you said, I would just be aggressively playing anything over the top and maybe get a pick. And yeah, kind of like
drops
that.
Back here as he will go to the outrun. Evan Ingram touchdown, Giants.
Yeah, Cody's not very happy about that, but I actually think that's good for him because I think his offense has been great so far today, and I think he'll be able to drive down and at least put up 3.
Because we got a whole bunch of users here watching the first game of the wildcard round here. We got King, we got Dan, we got B-Man. Oh my goodness! So let yourself be known in the chat, B-Man. Justin, Kook, Steele, so many more of y'all. Thank you all so much for showing up for BLN. And I'm about to throw the donation link in the chat real quick, ladies and gentlemen. If y'all could send us some money here.
Some bread. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's donate, not donation. I'm not CMAS, y'all. Sorry, but. Whatever money you send us right now, half of it will go to me and half of it will go to my beautiful co-host here, little Alex. So Make sure to feed us, y'all, and hey, he's in college.
Wait,
too.
I'll get paid for this?
Yeah, dude.
Shit. Yeah, guys. Get in the chat, please. I'm
Send
poor. I want to buy Elden Ring.
Send us some cash money here. 1st and 10. 50 seconds remaining, 1 timeout. He's obviously going to be aggressive, especially, this Madden. You can very easily get in field goal range. He got stuck on the D line. That's not great. As he will go the dump off here. Cam Akers able to get a lot of yards there. Does not get out of bounds there, so you need to go no huddle. We'll see how much of a time runs off. 10-second run off. All right, so under 30 seconds now. Tua is going to end up hiking it here with about 23 seconds left. He will once again drop back. Has a whole lot of crossers, whole lot of stuff going on. Gets it to Atwell. Able to get to the 35-yard line. Now calls timeout. Do you just take your field goal now, or do you try to run 1 or 2 more plays?
I run 1 or 2 more plays. My best beaters. And if they aren't there, then just throw the ball away. Because that touchdown would be really nice with the confidence. I mean, if a field goal is okay, he puts you up, but I don't know. I think it'd be nice to go up a touchdown.
Justin, you'll be shocked to hear this, but no one donates when you're in the booth. I'm sorry, man. 1st and 10. He will drop back. Has the scissors concept going. Watch out! Intercepted by Jackson and Willis be pick. Ooh, it is not a pick six, but that's going to cost 3 points there. Adoree Jackson with a massive pick there. And unless something crazy happens, we are likely going to go into the locker room with a tie game here, 14-14. First questionable read by Tua of the day.
And I guess I'm proven wrong for why you should just take your points. All right.
Jesus Lord. I did not see that coming at all. Sometimes with those red zone scissors concepts, sometimes you just stare down the scissors and makes sense because 90% of the time it gets open. But good job of using it there. And then also Adoree Jackson just with the heart, able to get a contested pick there. I hope a running play is coming here. I really would not try to get the ball downfield here, as he will do exactly that. Saquon Barkley ends up taking off. Saquon Barkley uses a lot of time, ends up getting to the 40-yard line, and he will not call timeout, and that is halftime, ladies and gentlemen. What a game here. 14-14. Lucky with the ball to start the second half. Alex, just thoughts on the game so far?
I mean, a great game. I'm impressed with both sides. I mean, a questionable read at the end there, but I think this is a really competitive game, and I'm loving it. Couldn't ask for better. 100%. No one wants to kind of get a blowout because then it turns into a Q&A.
No. Yeah, you don't want playoff Q&As. That's
right.
Unbecoming, yeah. So, Johnny Hecker, punter, converted to kicker with the ability, able to get Cody here with a succulent Justin Tucker-esque kick to tie the game against Dan. Without that tie, these would be a very different playoffs, ladies and gentlemen, but here we are. I'm sure Dan is thrilled that I'm saying. Dan, feel better soon.
All right, Dan.
Feel better soon.
All right,
Dan.
Oh, yeah. Dan, I hope you're feeling better. Sorry to hear you're throwing up and taking shits or something.
Really pressing up here. We have more play action. Oh my goodness, has it wide open! Up the seam, everything! Traps
it! You cut out a little bit when you yelled. I love it.
Oh, did I? Oh my goodness.
That's tough. I'm not sure what defense that was supposed to be, but no one was in the middle. That's really tough for Lucky there.
That's brutal. I mean, part of it is you, I think, have to go possession catch there because the rack catch, if he's able to catch up to you, that's just probably a drop. But also tough break there, as we are gonna have an RPO, though Burgess is just all over it. Beautiful play there by Cody to bring him down and then click off once the ball got to him, so that it was just user v CPU. That's the perfect way to play the RPO there. And now we have 3rd and long here for Lucky, and again we'll see how aggressive he gets.
Yeah, for sure. And I got respect for Lucky for working out the pistol. I know I got made fun of for saying Hootie's offense was fun to watch, but I really do enjoy seeing something a little different.
It was fun to watch here. He will step up. Oh my goodness. I thought he had the deep shot up, but instead takes the dump off to Evan Ingram. And Lucky, again, after a shaky first drive that, yes, results in a touchdown, after a shaky first drive, these are some succulent reads by Lucky. We'll see if they continue.
Yeah, I think he did have that post over the middle for a touchdown, but
I think he might have.
I honestly don't hate taking the dump offs. If you can stay efficient with it and just get these short gains, it's really easy to get into your opponent's head and frustrate them.
Oh, no, you can never complain about a first down. Yeah, especially in the 11. You never complain about that, as we will have a handoff here. Saquon Barkley able to bounce off one defender, takes it for about a gain of 3. And, again, Saquon 15 for 70, about 4.5 per carry here, doing a solid job. We'll have to see if it continues. Alex saying that's a tough drop. Justin saying the Evan Ingram effect. Yeah, I mean, Evan Ingram known for drops in real life. So, this is a sim league, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what Austin will tell you. 2nd and 7 here. This is, again, continuing to work out of the pistol here. This will be effectively a strong power. Beautiful spin by Saquon Barkley. Again, get yourself an evasive running back, ladies and gentlemen. They can do those things. I know that firsthand playing CMC twice a year.
Yeah, evasive is just fucking fantastic this year. I love it. Saquon is just eating out there.
Quick question for you. If you... I'll ask you after this play, because this is kind of like irrelevant to the game, but 3rd and 2 here. Massive play. I would call this 4-down territory for sure, as he had the dump off open, now goes to it. Sullivan able to make a man miss and then gets out of bounds. Launched the hit stick a little too early. I think a diving tackle would have saved the first down there, but real quick, the question. So, if you could have all the rest of your team have no abilities, but you have to give one player on your team one ability, which one would it be? Like, what do you think is the single most broken ability in the game that you just want? I don't know if that question made any sense.
If I had to pick one ability on my team.
Yes. And everyone else loses their abilities.
Yeah.
Because mine might be evasive.
Evasive is nice, and it really does make a running back like a game changer. Like Gibson, he's got like 91 speed, but he's still just great.
Right.
But I mean, you have to go. It's got to be between gunslinger and escape artist. Yeah, and I think I would take escape artist just because I've been playing with Lamar. I think if I didn't ever play with Lamar, then I would take gunslinger all day.
Oh my goodness, I thought that was the same shot. Instead, Saquon Barkley able to spin off a man. Oh my god! And Jalen Ramsey, former Florida State Seminole, so we don't like him, but former Florida State Seminole just ends up laying the wood there on Saquon. I thought, like, that route down the sideline ended up being a comeback. I thought, like, if it was a streak, it would have been wide open, but it was not, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd and 8 here, ball to 41. And, again, you know, they made every kicker Justin Tucker, so he's probably in field goal range.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, but this would be a big first down for Lucky.
Would be a massive first down here. Perfect on 3rd down so far. Has not faced 4th down yet. We'll see what Daniel Jones is able to cook up here. 4-man rush. Had the zig right open. Briefly goes to the comeback once again, and Terry able to get both feet down. And that is, again, I told you all, ladies and gentlemen, that's not the last time he's going to go to that route. There he goes to it, and it hits big. Gain of 20 and another first down for the Giants.
God, these comebacks just look fantastic, but I'm so scared to throw them. Because you could see, like, it's a tight window. Like, if you mess up your usering with the receiver, it's an easy pick.
Yeah.
That is such a tough route to throw, and I'm impressed by Lucky being able to consistently do it.
I only feel comfortable throwing them against off coverage. Like, if it's open like that. So we have a counter here. Really one man to beat. Saquon Barkley. Nice click off there to kind of, like, bait the juke there. That's going to be a gain of 1, 2nd and 9. But, yeah, with those comebacks, yeah, I really only feel comfortable going against off coverage. Like, the fact that Lucky threw that in that situation was ballsy.
It's like a big dick play. Like, his sack is just massive. Like, Dan's size.
2nd and 9 here as we have... This is a playoff game. I need to relax. Says we have another strong power here. Saquon Barkley takes out the middle. Saquon Barkley breaks big. Touchdown, New York.
Great run. And Saquon, like I said, is just eating Cody's defense alive right now. He is so tough to stop.
Really tough to stop. I mean, you have to say, regardless of how this game ends, Lucky's absolutely shown up. Like, this is a far better performance out of Lucky than I saw in the last BLN game I commentated, the couple of games I've, played against him, the couple of games I've watched. Like, this is the best version of Lucky that I've watched all cycles, what we're seeing right now. And he's doing, I mean, I don't know if this is like the best game he's played necessarily, but from what I've seen, he's doing a really good job right now. And 21-14. Now, if you're Cody, it feels like you've been one step ahead all game, but that pick at the end of the first half and now a quick touchdown by New York, and all of a sudden you find yourself down for the first time all game. We'll have to see what he's able to do here. Is we have a stretch here once again. Cam Akers able to make the most of there. Cam Akers tries to get sticky there, ends up falling forward for about a gain of 8, and that is Cam Akers' longest run of the game. Feels like we haven't seen this Rams offense in a while, but here we are.
Yeah, I know. I kind of forgot what Tua looked like. But this is a big drive for Cody. He's really got to respond here. It feels like I keep saying every drive's a big drive, but it really is when the game is so close.
Dump off is wide open. Atwell, good diving tackle there, prevents about 10 yards. But yeah, Tua 9 for 11. Really, other than that interception at the end of the first half, this has been just a super, super efficient offensive game by Cody. So I expect more of the same here. I would guess that, that's probably that read at the end was like an aberration more than anything else. But we'll see what he's able to do here. Hands off Cam Akers. D-line just collapses on that gate of 2. But I have to ask, even for a passing user as good as Cody, like, not great if you're forced to get one-dimensional here with these runs continuing to get stuffed.
Yeah, it is tough because it is sim league. Like, it's hard. You can't just keep running the same type of concepts. You kind of got to mix it up a little bit, and it can be tough to try to throw all these different plays when your run defense isn't working or run offense isn't working.
Well, gets destroyed there, but once again holds on to it. We've seen a lot of hit sticks on both sides so far. No fumbles so far. We'll see if that ends up playing a factor, but that's a nice little concept there, the bench pivot. I've ran that a couple times. Don't feel super comfortable with it, but it's a nice quick out route there in the first down for the Rams. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. We're approaching the fourth quarter. You'll know what to do when it gets to it, but not yet. Again, 1st and 10. He's continuing to make adjustments here. He will drop back. Goes to the good user here. Oh my God! Watch out! Woof! If that's accurate, that's a pick. So good thing that Tua sailed that there.
I think Cody should be a little happy for that one. I think he was trying to lowball it and kind of pull his receiver down. So it might have been a hot dot, but that was risky.
Yeah, that was... I mean, he had all sorts of time, too. I'm not really sure why he felt the need to do that, but we all make questionable reads, ladies and gentlemen, as he will drop back once again. Once again, no one's open, although Tua has all sorts of room up the middle. He will take a tackle. That's risky, but ends up holding onto it. And once again, when everything's back, that mobility of Tua continuing to play a factor here for these LA Rams.
Yeah, I just hate watching these quarterbacks run for first downs. It's so not fair.
I know. No, it's just so not. I think, like, Alex, I think if we play, I think we should just ban QB runs. How does that sound? Because of how unfair it is.
That's fine. Let's do it. I'm still hiking hauling, though.
I mean, listen, you do you. We don't punish people for hiking hauling anymore in this league. 2nd and 1. Going to a huddle for, I believe, the first time all game. We'll see what happens here. Handoff here. Cam Akers able to get the first down, not much more. But, again, good bounce-back drive here by LA. Able to get it into the red zone here. And, again, much like I've been praising Lucky, like I've praised Cody, too. He's doing a great job.
100%. Both guys look locked in. Like, there was one tough interception, but I don't think that's that big of a deal. I mean, it's 3 points. Maybe it could come down to that, but it seems like both users are just playing extremely efficient and extremely good football right now.
Put your phones in the chat! First one of the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. I need y'all to come correct. 2nd and 3, once again, as Alex was just saying. Both users with a very high-level offensive game so far. We'll see if it continues. He will drop back. Has wide open as it going to him. Cam Akers with the possession catch. Love to see it. Atwell with the possession catch. I'm trash. Yeah, first goal at the 7 here. We'll see. I mean, this really does feel like a game of, like, who's going to blink first, because everyone's just playing at a high level right now.
For sure. I think from now to the end of the game, like, the first turnover decides it. Whoever turns the ball over is going to lose.
100%. 1st and goal. He will drop back. Goes to dump off immediately. Bishop has room. Bishop walks in. Touchdown, Rams.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Lucky seems to be pretty good at baiting these RPOs or knowing when they're coming, but Lucky's been able to Cody has been able to catch him a few times now.
Yeah. Well, Cody also, I think, kind of quick snapped that. I think he saw that, or maybe he just, like, didn't want Lucky to be able to prepare for it, so as soon as the guys got set, he snapped it, went to it immediately. That's a nice concept, nice read for the Rams. And now 21-21, the Giants have been driving, moving, maybe not feeling a ton of pressure so far, but this is where things get serious here. 4th quarter, you could potentially get your first, I believe, playoff win of the cycle. We'll see whether the Giants continue to have it in them. Cody's very capable of making these defensive adjustments of taking away your preferred reads. So, does Lucky have it in him? We will find out, ladies and gentlemen. 1st and 10, 7:28 remaining in the 4th quarter. Again, thank you all so much for joining us here in Better League Network. This is a call that I love here. Power out of sing back wide pair doesn't work there, so let me shut up. But it's gonna take away Saquon's X factor, which I believe is first one free. I think
that's tough. He had the hole, honestly. If he just stayed outside a little bit, kind of cut it up a little too fast, but not a bad loss.
Yeah, not a bad loss here. I mean, he's been in these 2nd, 3rd, and long situations plenty of times, so we'll see if he just continues to cook up these hot dots. I wouldn't be afraid to throw in a run here, honestly, on 2nd and 11, although he's kind of prepping for it. See what happens here. Once again, trips to the left, Deion Jones. Making a couple of adjustments. He will drop back, 4-man rush. Deion Jones with a really weird angle there. Ends up going to the angle route. Saquon Barkley able to spin forward and I believe get the first down. If not, it's 3rd and inches. It is 3rd and inches. But again, Lucky... He's doing a good job of, like, sometimes you get in the trap of, like, it's 2nd and long. I need to get, like, all these yards back at once. Like, I need to take a deep shot. He's doing a good job of, like, just taking what the defense gives him here.
Yeah, 100%. I've really been impressed with Lucky's passing game. Besides that first drive with the tough reads, I mean, he's done a pretty good job at seeing the open man, not panicking and hitting him late or hitting him early. So he's kind of showing a side of him that he hasn't shown before.
100%. Yeah, and he is really pressing up here. Hopefully there's no speed advantage, or else the Rams may be down atrocious here. He will do play action here. Takes a deep shot, although overthrown, I believe it is. 4th and inches. Yeah, you have to go for it. You have Saquon. You have to go for it.
No, Lucky. No. I mean, does he have a quarterback at running back?
Pray God. I don't think we've put that rule in, have we?
Oh.
Wait a minute. He will take off here. Sullivan with, I believe, a first down. He does get it. He's flexing, but that's a first down. I don't know why Cody's. I thought that was pretty clearly a first down.
That was pretty, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Lucky, you have even if he loses, he has to have a top 5 biggest cock in BL.
Oh, I mean, listen. Top, well, no, DBC, but top 2 maybe. I mean, shit.
It's possible.
1st and 10 here. That was exhilarating. As we have another strong power here. Not the first time it's called that. Good job of letting the block and develop here. Saquon Barkley has room. Oh my goodness, Barkley continuing to shed tackles and gets all the way to the 24. Barkley's best run of the day. Lucky's best run of the day. And my goodness, these Giants are just laying it all on the line here in this wild card round.
He pulling out every trick in the book. I'm really impressed with Lucky, like I said, but Cody's a tough user, and this is just a great game. I'm just glad it's a good game.
Yeah, this is a great game. No matter who wins, full credit to both users. They're doing a great job. Just a great performance here. Is I really good play action here. I would run the ball here, and say he's going to immediately go to the dump off. Gets to a gain of 6, 2nd and 4, and yeah, I mean I can't I know I sound like a biased commentator here. I can't get over how well Luck is playing. He's doing a great job.
Yeah, I think it's more Cody. If you're listening to this back. We're not trying to hate on you. It's more that we're just shocked that Lucky's playing this good. You're obviously great. We expect a lot out of you, or at least I do. So it's not
yes. I went into this game expecting Cody to win by 17.
Yeah,
maybe that.
Me too.
About what was going to happen. So it's just good performance, and I will also I feel like I have to mention it. Cody is also playing very very well. Other than that one read at the end of the first half. 3rd and 4 here again. Just another 3rd down. I would love to know how many 3rd downs. Daniel Jones' company have had this game, because it feels like at least 10, and they're just super efficient here. As he will finally hand it off on 3rd down, and he has room. Saquon Barkley gets tripped up, but that is a first down. And again, if you're New York, time not real. You can't really run the time down too much at this point, but that is another factor here. Is how much time do you try to run down before you score?
He's doing a great job, because I love the play call there, because you either get the first down and that's great, or you don't get the first down, but you go up 3 with the perfect amount of time for Cody to score, and you get the ball back. Mm-hmm. His clock management has just been great. It seems like he's going to get one more drive no matter what happens.
Power out here. Saquon Barkley ends up falling forward once again, and that size, that elusiveness, just every positive trait that Saquon has, you're seeing it full force in this game. He's really shown it all, and part of it is obviously, Luck is doing a great job of getting sticky in the open field, but part of it is just Saquon being Saquon, man, with a lot of these animations here. 2nd and 2. And, this is where the field gets compressed. We'll see how he does here. Stretch here. Saquon Barkley, nice tackle there. Although fell forward, they may end up giving him the first. Now 3rd and inches here.
Yeah, this is getting out. He's burning a lot more clock than I expected, and maybe he's putting the ball in Cody's hands for the last drive. I'm interested to see if he would go for 2 if he has to. Coming
out in straight goal line, he'll do a QB sneak. That's a good play call. Unless you make very specific adjustments, the QB sneak's a guaranteed 1 yard. So
yeah, call it again. I don't know how to stop that shit. Maybe Cody does, but I have no clue.
You do redacted, and then you make the redacted adjustment, and then you stop. Even then it's like a coin flip. But I'll let you know after the stream's over. 1st and 10. As he will have a power O here. Saquon, but had so much room up the inside. Instead, try to take it to the outside, and that will be the 2-minute warning here. And if you're LA, do you start calling your timeouts now, or do you save them for when you're on offense?
I save them. I think if I'm Cody, I'm just confident with my offense, and just save him for that. At this point, he's probably scoring. So whatever.
I'd probably call 1 timeout, and then let the other 2 ride.
Yeah, maybe 1. I could see 1. I wouldn't do more.
Yeah, and then if you're in New York, honestly, just put on 2 clock. That's really where we're at this point. no need to hide it. Second and goal once again. This has been another just long, sustained drive here by these New York Giants. We'll see what he's able to do. Goes inside. Watch out! Finally cracks, intercepted by White. And will this be a pick six? John Ross, the fastest man on the field, able to track him down. Lucky finally blinked in this game, and that may end up being the decider here. The Rams able to take it all the way to midfield, and that is absolutely brutal for the Giants.
What the hell was that? We've seen such a good game from Lucky, and this is how it's probably going to end. That's tough. That is really tough for Lucky if he comes away with the loss here.
Oh boy.
I mean, he probably had room with Saquon if he handed it off.
First and 10, 152. Good tackle there. I mean, you really just got to keep him. Call timeout, New York. All right, well.
I understand it here. Maybe call him next drive, save one. I don't know. Next drive, sorry, next play.
I don't know. After getting to second 11, we'll see.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100% he should call a timeout, but I at least kind of understand it.
For sure here. Yeah, second 11. And, if you're LA, just let this time run down. You got 3 timeouts here. This looks like what he's going to do. Man, that was unfortunate because, the play before he had the touchdown as well on the power O, just stuff. But we'll see whether he's able to get a stop here because LA not quite in field goal range. Yes, we'll see what he does here. So he will once again drop back. 4-man rushes. May have Y coming off. Oh my goodness, it's Suckling done to Atwell. Atwell takes it all the way. Oh my goodness, I'd let him score here. He does not. Pushes him out of bounds. 1:03 remaining. And, game not completely over, but feels like that was pretty debilitating here for the Giants' chances.
Yeah, I honestly almost would have let him score on the return. But yeah. Cody might be. I think Cody's smart enough. He probably would have gone down so he could have burned the clock. But this is tough. All he has to do is run the ball, and unless he makes a mistake of scoring, this is game over.
That was a beautiful read by Cody too, because there was a defender in the vicinity, but just able to kind of lead it away from him, towards the outside. And so he was able to do here. Cam Akers sheds a tackle, not able to shed the second one. New York immediately calling their first timeout. But man, best case scenario here for New York, you're going to get the ball back with about 40 seconds maybe, having to drive the length of the field or to get into field goal range, at least you're able to get a stop. It's, even with how well Lucky's played, that's not a good proposition here for the Giants. But see what he's able to do here. Second and goal. Just really stacked box here. I feel like an RPO would just kill this, but he does not. Instead goes dump off, and Akers takes a big hit, and woo! Hope he's got that conservative on. I assume he does.
He does. He did. He just put it on.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, if he would have fumbled there, I think Cody would have thrown something through that wall behind him.
Dan saying that guarantees Lucky has a shot. Steele saying let him score. Yeah, at this point, no, you don't let him score. But yeah, beforehand, I would have 100% agree with that. Third and goal, he will drop back. Oh my God, he almost threw the pick. Instead goes in. Touchdown. Wow.
Wow, was that a linebacker?
It must have been, but he also hesitated to
Yeah.
Ooh,
oh
boy.
My God.
Ooh boy.
That could have been play of the playoffs right there, or play of the wild card round. Good read by Cody. Good hot dot.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like Lucky just panicked more than anything, because he had I'd have to watch the playback, honestly. I'm not really sure if he had a beat on the ball or not, but it was an awfully close read to make. But able to throw a second one dot there and able to just get into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown here. Now 53 seconds, 1 timeout. Got to drive the length of the field. Got to get into the end zone. Field goal does not cut it. Alex,
this is where we see if Lucky's really made of it.
Yep.
He's really got that Super Bowl gene.
Yep.
He's really gonna lock in.
This is what these big games are made of right here. This is it. You just got to sack up. You're tough. You probably pretty down in the dumps right now emotionally. Giving up that interception. On your previous drive, but got to let it all shake now. See what he's able to do. 53 seconds.
Think he'll run the ball here?
I
honestly wouldn't hate it.
Against this defense, I'm not consider it TBH, but he's not going to. Instead, he will drop back, 4-man rush, had to dump off open. That's going to go inbounds. Just not a great play here. And then he doesn't call no huddle. I guess I don't hate it if you're trying. Oh my God, a 27-second run off there, and now there's 15 seconds remaining. Oh my god. And, oh my god, Jose made a deep shot open. No, he does not. Instead, nearly intercepted.
Just what the fuck is that?
Horrific mismanagement of the situation here by the New York Giants.
That's like.
Yeah, oh wait, he had shoe clock on? Did he have shoe clock on, Dan? Oh, I'm sick. Oh, if he had shoe clock on, I'm absolutely sick to my stomach.
Lucky. That's, oh my god. I feel like that's on par with the chat blunder where he declined the penalty to lose against Dan.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Lucky.
But that was a regular season game. This is a play. Oh my god.
Right. What are we doing? No,
right. Lucky. Click slant route, one time out, and then just heave it up. That's really where we're at this point. Daniel Jones will drop back.
No, he's just gonna
huck it into the air, and this will be the game here. Hucks it up. And that will do it. The L.A. Rams, Cody's 2 seed Los Angeles Rams, will move on to the divisional round where they will face the highest seed, whoever comes out of those other 2 wild card games. Congratulations to Cody. Just great game, but just like a wild ending, just coupled straight, just epic blunders by Lucky. And we'll see what you say in the interview. But Alex, before we get to the interview, just thoughts on this game, thoughts on what we just saw.
I mean, as good as a game as you can hope for in the wild card. I love it. I can also hear myself on Cody's stream. This is weird. But no, a great game. I loved watching it. It was extremely enjoyable. And I mean, it was a tough fight for both users. Both played extremely well. But Cody making big plays when it matters.
100%. We have the victor here, the wild card winner here again, 28-21 over the New York Giants. Cody, before we get into the question, is just thoughts on the game.
Yeah, hell of a game. I mean, shout out to Lucky, was just moving the ball so well. I mean, Saquon was just a monster all game. Kept picking up like big third downs as well. Yeah, I mean, literally shout out to him. It literally took, it took a massive defensive play, or, whether you want to call it a mistake on Lucky's part, big play. I mean, I was not confident that Juan White was going to make the play. I mean, that's a linebacker and a hard flat. Linebackers, obviously, we know what you guys saw what linebackers doing coverage on the touchdown I had. I threw the zig solely because I knew Lucky was using a linebacker and he just wasn't going to animate. That's just that is what it is in Madden 22. So, maybe a little bit lucky that Lucky was using the route that I threw and didn't get a pick. And then, my guy in a hard flat played the RPO, which, they typically do not do. But, at the end of the day, it was a really good game. It was, just not how I expected the game to go. I felt, I've been feeling pretty good about my defense the back half of this season. Obviously, we all know defense is pretty tough in this game in general, but was feeling pretty good about my defense. My run D's been pretty good, but man, I just could not get sheds. Guys couldn't make tackles. I was stacking the box, I feel like, and it's just nothing was working. And so when that happens, when you feel like you have like just no way to stop the run, it's very it gets in your head for sure. Because then you're just you don't know what to do. Literally don't know what to do.
Yeah, I have to ask you. When Lucky's locked in, when he's rolling like he was for the vast majority of that game, this is a really, really hard Giants offense to stop because, Daniel Jones has the mobility and the arm strength. Obviously, Saquon. And then in terms of the wide receiving core, you've got speed with John Ross and you've got size with, Terry, Evan Ingram's, matchup problem too. Just heading into the game, what was your, number one priority? What, heading into it, what was your, okay, if we stop X, we're going to win the game?
Yeah, honestly, it was stop Saquon, and then that didn't work, and then everything else just kind of flowed through that. He had multiple dots that he found people down the field, big third downs. It was stop Saquon. It didn't work, and then it was not make any dumb mistakes, and I really kind of almost lost myself in the game with I got the ball first, wouldn't have had that opportunity to be up a field goal. Just was getting greedy. I once I got in field goal range with one timeout, should have let it just went down and call a timeout, kick the field goal, got greedy, and then, just was staring down a receiver and knowing that there was no time left and I only had whatever, didn't need, couldn't take a sack, just kind of tossed it, very, unwisely. And bit me in the butt, but I ended up winning. But yeah, the plan was stop Saquon, and that plan didn't work, and that's why I almost lost.
100%. Alex, you got anything?
Sorry. Yeah, great game, Cody. Great win. Hard win. I do have a question though. So I know you haven't really been enjoying Madden of the season. Kind of seems like you were hating it more than ever. Does playoffs reignite your love for Madden and like BL, I guess, at all, or do you kind of feel the same way?
I don't like this Madden necessarily, but I am a competitor through and through. So like, there's a reason that I'm the 2 seed. Like I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna win games. And I'm gonna try my best during the regular season. I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna get frustrated, but I only lost 3 games, so maybe some of that rage is a bit seems a bit phony because I'm raging as a 3-loss user, but. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just, it's very frustrating. I just feel like something that I've always been able to pride myself in is being a good defensive user. And I just feel like everything I try at times does not work. And so it's very confusing and very difficult. But no, I'm looking for that ring.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. It feels like at times, like one team will get sheds, another won't. Someone's going to break tackles, stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of randomness in this game, and not all of it's kind of based on skill. But again,
for me, it's just honestly, I don't care about that as much. That's the NFL. Sometimes one D line plays good or one O line plays bad or whatever it is. But for me, I think I just like the zones just don't make sense at times. Like they just act different every single play.
100%.
And you can set zone drops and stuff like that, but everyone knows my opinion on zone drops. Like, in my opinion, I don't think zone drops in a sim league are that useful. They're useful in certain situations, but as much as we have to switch our plays up, zone drops were made for MUT players that can sit in 3 plays the whole game, basically, or 3, the same defense all game. So yeah, I don't know. I use zone drops. I used them a couple times in this game, but yeah, I don't know.
For sure. Back to you, Connor. Beautiful. That is all I have.
What a throw to me. That was electric. Yeah, again, great win to Cody, 28-21. We move on now to Lucky. Obviously, the Giants user, really, really good game again for the vast majority of it. Just, a couple plays at the end went against you. Just overall thoughts on the game before we get to questions.
Yeah, first off, congrats to Cody. Totally deserved the win. I thought both users played a really good game. Somebody had to lose. But great game, Cody. Mostly, honestly, I'm just kind of embarrassed that I felt like I was playing a really strong, smart game. It's aside from that very last drive where it was just kind of tossing Hail Marys. I had 4 drives, and every single drive got inside the 5-yard line. It was like 13, 14, 15 play drives. I was moving the ball. I was just kind of doing what I came into the game hoping to do, which was just control the ball and not make mistakes. And I did everything I wanted to. And then, honestly, I was planning on the RPO interception. I was planning on giving it to Saquon. And then Cody moved his linebacker close to the line. And then it did that weird little thing where when you click off a guy after moving him, they start walking back to their position. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, cool, he's not usering that guy. And now I have 2 wide receivers over there to block 2 guys. This should be an easy one. And unfortunately, John Ross ran right past the linebacker and went to block a cornerback that was already being blocked. And I chose what I was throwing to before the play started. So that right there is never going to end well. So it was just disappointing. I really felt like I played a smart game up until that just horrible mistake. Honestly, that's kind of all I'm thinking about at this point. The rest of the game is whatever. My linebacker did a weird little hitch on that last, on Cody's last touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little annoying, but that's the game. Like, whatever.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I think. Right before you got in here, I was saying it was like, just kind of it is what it is. Literally,
right.
My linebacker in a hard flat made a pick. Which how many times does a linebacker in a hard flat just watch an RPO? And I
Yeah.
wasn't even using him, and then you were using him, and I saw him kind of like kind of bite on like the dig for like a second, even though you were using him. Like he just did like had a little weird like kind of animation, and I was like, I know a linebacker's not going to animate there, so I threw it. But when I threw it, I was like, this could potentially be a very big Ochoke moment right here out of me.
Yeah, kind of like what I did 55 seconds previously.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't
It's
think
tough.
Yeah,
but, it looked like it was open.
Yeah, I mean, lucky, I think what you've shown, between your last playoff game against Little Alex and then this one against Cody is, at your best, you can absolutely, play up to the level of these top users, these Super Bowl competing users in this league. I guess, my question for you is just like, where do the Giants go from here? Whether it's like team wise or just whatever, like, what do you think you have to improve on in order to make that step from, good to great?
So, like, team-wise, we've got all the core players locked up, and actually a lot of the kind of janky EA contracts from the start of the cycle have all winded down at this point. So we have like 70 million or so to play with in free agency. So we're looking at probably building through that, maybe trying to add another impact piece or two. But for the most part, I'm trying to get back to the way I played offense. Not this season, but last season. I think that's kind of what I was going for this game, kind of driving everything through the runs and short passes, and only taking risks deep, I should say, if I really saw it, and not predetermining what I was going to do beforehand. I think that's honestly just it. It's just a mindset thing for me. I just need to get back to playing that kind of style of football because I think that was a bit more successful for me. I'd love to say also figure out defense, like how to stop people, because I never stopped Cody once except for the end of the first half when he was, I think, pressing probably a little bit to try to make sure he got something on the board. So that's whatever. Like he more or less got everything he wanted against me, even though I stopped the run. I don't know how to stop the pass any better than anybody else does here. So I'd love to say that we're going to work on our defense, but I think that that's just kind of a coin toss, whatever you get game to game,
Sure. You got anything, Alex?
I do. Great game, Lucky. That's probably the best I've ever seen you play. We were kind of stuck in your meat in the booth a little bit.
It's true.
Honestly, like passing through the air, like you were just extremely efficient with those short passes, and I was impressed because it seems like you forced things a little bit, but you really locked in and you played really well. I have two questions though.
Yeah.
For one, how big is your penis? Because I'm guessing like 7 after that punt, that fake punt. Because I would never have the balls to do that. So
I'm not gonna lie. I felt bad like that. I converted that, but I was honestly getting really tilted at the fact that every single time Cody got like a tackle for loss on first down, that his momentum bar shot to full. Like that shit was so irritating. He would make 1st and 10 into 2nd 11, and he would get more momentum than my interception at the end of the first half, and I wasn't getting it the entire game. It was sitting there. So he got that stop, and I'm like, I don't think if I give this ball up, I don't think I'm going to get it back, or I don't think I'm going to get it back in a position where I can play the game I need to be able to play to win. So I said, fuck it, let's go for it. And even then, like, it was 4th and inches, and I gained inches. Like, yeah.
Yeah, we were definitely both encouraging you to go for it, but we did not expect that. And then
Cody expected it, but it still worked. So thanks, man. I'll take that.
And then my second question is, why the hell was True Clock on your last drive?
That's a great question.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing Madden long enough. I should have known that if I had True Clock on the previous drive just for I was trying to run the clock. So I turned True Clock on, and the drive ended with the interception. I got the ball back, and it just never occurred to me that I might have to turn True Clock off. It never. So yeah, that was a tough realization. When you commented that after the game, I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Dan pointed that out, but overall, I mean, great game. Like, sure, you can get upset over these few small mistakes, but you really played great. And I think if you could just keep on building on that passing game, that little scheme of running it and then just throwing these short passes, you could really make it to a bowl and possibly even win.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate that at the very least. This I felt like was a game that was decided just by the users. There's always going to be BS here and there, but I felt like this was just a good hard fought game between two users and somebody had to win.
100%. Yeah, great game for both of you. Great way to kick off, these playoffs. Unfortunately, because of our commish, the divisional round won't be until Sunday at the earliest. But,
oh my lord, no.
Classic.
So sorry, Alex, you're gonna have to wait for a little bit. But Cody, I'll let you have the final word here as the winner. Just any final thoughts you want to give on the game or just whatever before we wrap this thing up.
Yeah, I want to say, shout out Lucky. I mean, that was a really great game. I know that it's probably frustrating that it ended the way it ended because you played such a clean game. But yeah, I mean, I deserve to lose that game. You deserve to win that game as much as I did. It was like you said, it was a battle. It came down to just a few mistakes maybe on both sides and or maybe just the timing of the mistakes, if you will. So shout out to him. It was a great game. Excited to continue to compete and excited for 2 X Factor next season. Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. Again, congrats to the LA Rams for a 28-21 victory in the wildcard round over Lucky's New York Giants. And thank you, Alex, for joining me in the booth. It was a electric booth, only a couple gay jokes. I think we kind of disappointed ourselves. We shoot for at least 10 next time. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, along with, again, Alex, Cody, and Lucky. I am your play-by-play man for the evening, Connor Rice. I don't know when the next game is. I don't know when the next BLN stream is. We'll find out together later.